Hi everybody, welcome to Theorol's Marvel Champions playthrough, where we play through the various scenarios of Marvel Champions with the various heroes. We just finished up the Next Evolution expansion and all of the heroes that have been released so far. Deadpool and X-23 will be released pretty soon, and we'll get a chance to play with them. But in the meantime, I wanted to do something based on the Heroes A to Z video I made, where I had several Adam Warlock decks, and I wanted to play one of those Adam Warlock decks. So this is the deck that was chosen. The basic idea of this deck is to give Adam Warlock some basic stat boosts and a lot of readying effects. So essentially, Symbiote Suit to give him +1 stats with Combat Training and Heroic Intuition. Once all these 3 cards are out, he's got a 3/3/3, which is pretty decent. If you can get Blaze of Glory, it's 5/5/3, or when you can use a repurpose on hand cannon or an energy barrier, he's a 5/5/5. So it's easy for him to get really good stats and be able to do a lot of interesting things. The rest of this is kind of just designed to make that work. So with only 1 copy of Repurpose, we want a lot of tech. So I included several tech upgrades for allies. They can play on most of these allies, and then hand cannon, sonic rifle, energy barrier to help him do stuff with that. It also has CITT here for more readying and some other readying effects. It might be a little bit of overkill on some of the readying effects, especially when he doesn't get the stat boosts and things. I initially tried this deck against Arnim Zola and it was successful, but since then, when I was kind of just trying to find what difficulty would be appropriate for a video, I tried some harder scenarios and it did not work very well. And then I went back and tried Arnim Zola, and I couldn't actually take Arnim Zola with this deck anymore. Like, I won a couple of games, or I won one more game against him, but then I lost like 4. So it seems like the deck has some issues and some challenges. I'm sure there's some small improvements that can be made. There's probably some large improvements that can be made too. But for now, I just thought we would try something slightly easier and recent, more fun. So we're going to do Spiral. And hopefully this will go well enough. Mostly, I want a scenario that's going to allow the deck to shine. I'm going to allow the deck to show what it can do, to give you an idea of what that looks like. So Spiral's a good option for that. She's not too fast and gives us a chance to build, which is most of the challenge that I've run into is with some of those decks. With Arnim Zola, it's just that he goes too fast, so makes it hard. All right, so we're gonna take that deck against Spiral, and that's not the starting show. The starting show is Mojo Runner. So our allies will have toughness. So we're fighting her with sci-fi and sitcom and crime. Of those, I think crime is our favorite, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so we've got all of our things shuffled, everything shuffled, and let's go ahead and draw our starting hand. Alright, so what do we got? So Justice card is handy because we can use that to knock off Search for Spiral. Symbiote Suit is good, but it's a little early. I don't love starting with Symbiote Suit with Adam Warlock. That hazard is tough to deal with at the start of the game. I really like it about midway through the first shuffle. I'll have 1 hit point from a previous game because I just loaded this up. So I'm not loving Symbiote Suit for playing here. I want to keep the Justice. Starhawk's a good play. Comms Implant isn't awful on Starhawk. I may hang on to that, because if it came to it, I could play Starhawk and give him a comms implant. And while that's not necessarily ideal, it's not awful. Let's see if we can get something better. Okay, well, we got Soul World. So Soul World's better, although I'm kind of sad to play Starhawk over Energy Barrier, but I think I'm probably going to need it. So Energy Barrier is really handy in this deck, just Well, for one thing, because it's tech. For another thing, it gives you some pushback against minions, especially useful against Arms Law. All right, we're gonna flip. We're going to make an entrance and thwart, and see if we can get lucky enough to corner her. Oh, maybe I should play Starhawk first. While this is still toughness. Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna play Starhawk, I may as well have him be tough, right? Alright, let's see what happens. Oh, she's cornered! So that's gonna flip her over. I didn't flip that over yet. Okay, so that's cool. I'm just gonna use Starhawk to block turn 1, I think. Because I don't need him immediately. And taking no damage is always useful. Alright. One threat on this. She attacks, Starhawk blocks, and takes 5 damage, pinging off his tough status. I get an encounter card. She has 1 teleportation counter. It's my regeneration cycle. So that's out of the game. I almost would rather not have done that. Two for Mystic Senses. I would really love to play Sonic Rifle, but that's not going to happen, so it's going to remove 2 threat and draw a card. Ooh, Bug. I think I like Bug here. I could play Pip, though. Pip could, again, block an attack. I don't need to, like, never take damage, though. And Pip doesn't last as long as Bug, so let's get Bug out there. And Bug can start us off on thwarting this, because we're going to need to thwart it again pretty soon. Alright, 5-card hand. So that's looking pretty good as far as turns go. Alright, I'm just going to let Spiral hit me. Shoots me for 3. A single encounter card. It is Magneto. Lovely. She flips back over. But we managed to keep her from doing stuff for a minute, which is helpful. Alright. So let's see. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is not going to do that. Not going to do it. But we could Blaze of Glory. I think that's what I want to do here. Oh, I could. Hold on, I can Battle Fury him. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that actually kills him. So we'll just do that. Then we don't have to deal with the Blaze of Glory consequences. So that's 2 damage and a card drawn. Oh, it's Karmic Blast. The thing is, I just got out combat training, so I want to punch because that heals Bug. Yeah, I think. I don't know, I'm debating. I could play Mage Glory here. That gives me a nice ready option, although I don't need readies right now. I need to build still. I'm not quite ready for readies. Karmic or Blaze of Glory is a good ready. I would really like to have like an energy barrier or something here. That would be awesome. That's what I would most like to play. I think we just build. We can kill Magneto with what we've got, so let's do that. So that's 3 damage on him, which defeats him. And then we'll go ahead and remove 1 threat from the search for Spiral, so we'll be able to thwart it again. Alright. There's Cosmic Ward, which is a card that we need. Alright. She schemes for 3. We get a single encounter card. Had to throw it back. He was tough. I had to deal a damage to him first. Okay, it's the one with the breakup. So that's a hazard icon that I do not want to keep. But I need to find a way to get this thing all thwarted. And I can't punch, which means I cannot heal Bug easily, but I can heal him with this. So that's, I think, what I'm going to do. We're going to do a Bug heal and a card draw. Starhawk can thwart for 1. And I can thwart for 1. And we cornered her again. So I forgot that he was tough, and he did not take any damage. I forgot it for Bug too, I think. Helpful, if I'm going to use these allies, it's helpful to remember that they can heal. So she's cornered, which was an important thing, because it lets me thwart. So then the question is just, how much can I thwart? So these guys can each thwart for 1. I just need to go alter ego. I need to go alter ego. I need to discard 3 cards. I'm going to get to draw a card though. So let's see if I discard those 3 cards. Draw a card that gives me my Cosmic Ward again. So let's just replay Starhawk. He thwarts for 1. That's down to 2. That's pretty good. 1, 2, 3. Discard that. Choose a player. So discard 3 cards from your hand and choose a player. The chosen player draws 1 card, and you discard this obligation. Well, then I will use my Cosmic Ward to play a Cosmic Ward. 6 card hand. There we go. There's some builds. Probably more build than I quite want, but 1 threat. More build than I want in 1 hand. That's what I was meaning by that. 1, 2, 3. Alright, if I get an encounter card, I mean a treachery, that'd be great. She's at 1 counter. She's not yet escaped. I keep forgetting about tough statuses. Okay. All of my allies are tough. This is important. I thwart for 1. Trying to figure out if I want to play a cape. Kind of want to play Heroic Intuition. Means maybe I didn't want to thwart for 1. Hold on. Yeah, I think we're gonna not do the cape quite yet. This is just really inconvenient. Okay, so if I spend a Justice card to thwart for 2, and if I spend 2 on a Karmic Staff, then I can spend Karmic Staff and 1 on Heroic Intuition. So I can play Heroic Intuition. I can play Heroic Intuition, or I can play Warlock's Cape. What I can do is I can punch her for 1. That heals Bug. 2 actually, because I have combat training. All right. Yes, everything seems to be working. I didn't play this yet. I spent 2 for Karmic Staff. I spend Justice Served to remove 2 threat and draw a card. I spent Karmic Staff and 1 to play Heroic Intuition. I spend Vance to remove a threat and ready me. I spend Bug to remove a threat. I'm going to punch her for 2 again and heal Bug again, because that way if I thwart next turn it's fine. and Starhawk's going to remove another threat from the main scheme. And that leaves us in a pretty strong position, I think, all things considered. And we draw 4 cards. Cool. 1 threat. Spiral attacks me for 3. There we go. 3. And I get a single encounter card. It's the odd couple. Reduce my ally limit by 2. I didn't want to reduce my ally limit by 2. I think we're going to go with Starhawk for this. It's a hard choice. But Bug can last forever, and I can get him like a reinforced suit. That would be really solid. So, we'll do that. I would have preferred not to reduce my ally limit by 2. Okay, I need to not be exhausted. Because I'm going to have to exhaust 2 characters I control. Honestly, flipping her at this point is not super important, but it is easy. So I think what I do... Yeah, I think what I do is I take 2 damage to remove 3 threat. Okay. And flip her again. That was, like I said, easy. I spend 2 to play Warlock's Cape. I'll go ahead and let Bug thwart. No. Bug will punch her for 1. No. Yeah, Bug will punch her for 1. I'll thwart for 2. I spend my protection card to heal Bug 1. Draw a card. Ready me. And I get a counter on Soul World. Then I'm going to spend these 2 to play a Mystic Senses. I'm going to flip to Alter Ego. I needed to not use Bug for that. I didn't do a damage. It means I didn't need to heal him. Whatever. I still wanted to discard the green card. Which you're allowed to do. You're allowed to do this even if it has no effect. Discard 1 card from hand is an effect. You're allowed to do that. Okay, so I flipped Alter Ego. I forgot why I needed to exhaust 2 characters I controlled. Was to clear that. And then I'll use Soul World to heal me back up to full. Alright, we're all set up. I think we're all ready to go. She's been cornered. We have a 6-card hand. Hopefully everything goes well. She schemes for... we got an obligation. Okay, we got an obligation that we cannot clear until we get side schemes. This one's a little bit annoying. It's essentially just a permanent acceleration icon, but it's also kind of not, because it's free to get rid of. So, you know, it is what it is. Alright, well this is not my favoriteest hand ever, but as I'm well set up now, I can still use it. So we'll go ahead and thwart that for 2. Spend my Justice card to thwart it for 2, and ready, and draw 2 cards. Bug's going to take care of the last threat, because I would like to keep that 100% clear. I'm going to punch her for 4. And then I'm going to play Major Victory. And Cosmic Ward. And Clea. And then the 2 of them are going to Deal 2 more damage to Spiral. We'll just go ahead and get this game won. Alright, 5-card hand. Now I'm just looking for my Symbiote Suit. Symbiote Suit would be really useful now. Chef 2 threat. Glia takes 4 damage. Goes back into my deck. And Spiral flips over. Back to 0 counters. I gotta. Oh, I should have one because I reshuffled. I did not give myself an extra counter card. She schemes. Nope. She wants to scheme, but she can't because Cosmic Ward. Instead, we get a Dragnet. The main issue with those is just that 6 threat is a lot. But it's not really that much. So we thwart this for 2. Just this card thwarts it for 2. I draw 2 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna say for a Symbiote Suit. Two for a hand cannon. Get us all set up here. Villain cannot take damage, which is just true. But I thwart for 3, and I also have 21 hit points. So I'm thinking, need to get her to stop scheming. Major Victory is not supposed to have a damage on him. He was tough. I was kind of counting on him having damage on him, actually. Oh well, he doesn't. I take, 2 damage. Remove 3 threat. It's Mojo in the middle. I take 2 damage. And remove 3 threat. It's cornered. Good, she's cornered again. Alright, Major Victory's gonna take a damage to thwart. I'm not able to do anything. Okay. 6-card hand because of our Symbiote Suit. 1 threat. She attacks me. I take it. That was rude. I take 3 damage and I'm stunned. A single encounter card. It's Assault. Darn it. I actually got 2 encounter cards. The first one is Assault. So she attacks me again for another 2. And flips over. By the way. Second encounter card is Avalanche. We clear my stun status. Major Victory is going to thwart the last threat off of this scheme, and then be defeated and ready me. I'm going to thwart this scheme for 3. Oh good. And corner her again. Very good. I am going to spend, I think, that should have gone up by 3, because this has an acceleration, it has an extra acceleration, and that's an acceleration. Okay. Let me get off of Mojo in the middle. I think I'm going to spend a blue card. Give me +1 stats. And ready me. And draw me 2 more cards. Alright. So we're good here. I'm going to punch with a hand cannon. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. attack. That defeats him. Deals a single damage. Heals bug. I didn't really need that single damage. It doesn't do me a whole ton of good. So let's see. I punch for 1, 2, 3, 4. I actually only punch for 4. But I need ready. Well, I can ready. Let's say I could repurpose hand cannon, and then I would punch for 6, which is probably more than Karmic Blast is going to do. So I'm going to do a Karmic Blast for 1. That defeats her. She flips. She attacks me for 3. Total damage. Cool. Now I'm going to repurpose my hand cannon away. 2 ready. Bug's going to go ahead and punch her for 1. She has 17 hit points. Punch for 1. I punch her for 6. Thanks to my repurpose. I spend 2. What doesn't kill me? I ready. I punch her for 6 more. Just need 5 more damage. I give Bug a laser blaster, giving him +1 attack. So had I counted that out earlier, I could have done 1 more damage. Would have been fun. 6 card hand. 1, 2, 3. She is at 1 counter. She attacks me for 5. She's at 2 counters, but she does not flip until 3 counters now. And she gets her swords. It's a little late for that, unless this is a bad card, because I have a hazard. It does surge. And flipper. So that would have been preferable not to have happened. Oh well. Hey, we got a side scheme. Oh, it's Ice Trade M. Cool. That's fun. I got a random minion. Well, not a random minion. I got a chosen minion. So who do I want? Pyro, probably? He has Garden Patrol, as long as this is out, which it's not going to be for long. I have a problem. She's going to punch me for a lot. And while I can heal 21 damage, okay, let's see. So I think I discarded a sonic rifle. Nope. Maybe. Maybe just discard the sonic rifle. I just got a chump blocker attack. She doesn't have overkill or anything. So no. I don't even have to jump it. Spend energy mental, put him into play. I'm gonna do it even though I don't have to. Okay. I'm gonna thwart this for 3, because that's my thwart. I have another tough. Now we're gonna do this to thwart that for 2. And ready me. And get a counter. And draw 2 cards. Get an encounter card dealt. And refresh my counter on the world. Now, okay, here's what's interesting. Right. No, I can't kill her after I do that, right? Yeah. So I need to thwart this for 3 again. Okay, she is cornered. That makes her flip over, and when revealed, she attacks each player. So I'm going to defend that attack with Pip the Troll. And he takes 9 damage for me. Thank you, Pip. And then I spend 2 to Karmic Blast. For full. 1, 2, 3. That's a 7 damage Karmic Blast. Pretty good. Definitely killed her. There we go. She's dead. I could have played CATT and readied and punched her for 2, and then Bug could have punched her. That would have been a fun way to finish this off. I go, there you go. I use Soul World. It heals me to 21 health. Because Symbiote Suit on Adam Warlock with Soul World is crazy. There we go. Adam Warlock against Spiral. That time my deck worked out actually really well. Everything seemed to come up in a way that was useful, relatively useful. And I was able to do that. This was rather like the game I had against Arnim Zola that made me think the deck was good. Which is just to say that like it went and it was able to do stuff. Didn't feel too bogged down. So anyways, that's the Adam Warlock ready deck. Quantum Monk, as I called it, because he uses his fists instead of, well, I don't know, whatever else he would use. So, hope you enjoyed it. We didn't get a Sonic Rifle out. Sonic Rifle's great in this deck. It's a lot of fun to play a Sonic Rifle, confuse an enemy, repurpose it, get +3 stats. It's fun. I didn't get to play Blaze of Glory either. There's a lot of, I mean, I finished this with really only, or that one turn, I guess, where I had 6 stats. But that's not an unusual occurrence with this deck, which is what I like about it. That's when it's fun, when you're able to do that. It's especially nice for finishing off a villain, when you can get up to, when you can like hit for 3 and then repurpose something and then hit for 6 and then use a leadership card and hit for 7 and then use any of the readies in this deck to hit for another 7, and that's 23 damage in one turn, and that's really good. Those kind of bursts at the end can be very valuable, but it does take a while to get built up. You need a lot of cards out. I do think some cards are not pulling their weight and could use some trimming, but it's fun to be able to equip your allies and repurpose their tech. It's fun to be able to do all these kind of cross aspect things that Adam Warlock can with repurpose and the readies and all of that. So good times. Spiral, a lot of fun. Good villain to be a bit of an easier scenario. Although it's not always easy. I've certainly lost to Spiral before. She's not like Rhino level. So alright. Well, if you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Hopefully I'll have another A to Z hero out soon, and meanwhile I'll play some other stuff, play some Deadpool and X-23 once they're out. So see you next time.